Hey guys, what's going on? This is RJ Game News USA here, back today with another news video. And today, we're going to go over the United Kingdom's Online Safety Act, and I'm going to explain why I think this is absolutely terrible. So, if you guys like this kind of content, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's just jump into this. So, I am not a fan of this at all. So the UK recently have passed laws that require like proof of age to access certain content. An Ontario-based cybersecurity expert, Richard Roganson, was surprised to get ID'd by a children's online gaming platform last month. His 3 kids have been playing the Roblox game Murder Mystery until the platform put behind its age verification system. They were asked to enter their email address of a parent for permission to update their content maturity from mid to moderate if they wanted to keep playing. The email, which Roganson shared with CBC News, asked him to enter his birthday and verify his age using a government-issued ID or credit card. Stop. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Roblox is a game where you can make anything in the game. It's a game that can be played by children. And to ask children to put their parents' ID into the game, it's just the nanny state run wild. And the fact that this is happening in the UK, and if that system is being implemented there, it could be implemented right here in the United States as well. If anybody from the UK has had problems with this age verification thing, please let me know in the comments below. And let's continue the article. The email, which Roganson shared with CBC News, asked him to enter his birthday and verify his age using government-issued ID or credit card. That is sketchy as hell. When my kids sent me a form saying, upload your driver's license, you can imagine the amount of resistance that I had towards that, he said. As would I. While he said he had no problem with his kids playing the game, Roganson declined to upload his ID, unsure how securely his data would be stored. His kids had to give up Murder Mystery as a result. And you know what? When that happens, refunds should be issued. Online age verification systems are sweeping the internet as jurisdictions introduce laws to prevent children from accessing certain content, and a wave of privacy concerns has followed. The UK's Online Safety Act took effect last Friday, putting age gates on pornography and other content deemed harmful to minors. Many websites are now required to ask UK users to verify their age using identifiers like selfies, driver's license, passports, or credit cards, triggering frustration and backlash from users. So let me explain something. You are punishing all consumers in the UK for what very few actually do that are harmful. It is ridiculous. This is like when you punish the entire class for one bad apple. Fuck you. The United Kingdom are full of libtard fucking idiots. While some have pulled out of the country rather than comply with the new rules, others are rolling out their own measures beyond the UK. YouTube announced Tuesday it will introduce an age verification system with select US users before implementing it more broadly. The video streaming platform will analyze the browsing patterns of users to determine their age before asking for other forms of ID. Let me explain something, guys. This could be the absolute fucking death knell for YouTube if there's actually age verification in there, ID in there. I'll tell you flat out, if I'm ever asked to upload my ID to go watch YouTube videos, I'm not doing it. You guys shouldn't do that either. Just because I cuss a little in my videos, if they're gonna make you have to do age verification just to watch my content, screw that. Then don't watch my content. Don't support this platform. If that's what they do. Honestly, it's a horrible decision. Continuing the article, we're seeing this kind of pop up everywhere, said Roganson. who is the founder of Packet Labs, a cybersecurity firm specializing in professional hacking services. Data breaches raise alarms. Rogerson says it's a good idea to restrict minors from accessing certain content, but it's also important to address related privacy and security concerns. Minors can't enter an ID, they don't have one. So why are we entering people's IDs? Most companies rely on third-party verification systems, so the average user won't know who is privy to their private information, how secure it is, or how it's being stored. Exactly. Who's watching the foxes watching the hens in the hen house? Continuing the article. If that data is breached, the fallout can be disastrous. You think about an adult website getting compromised, and here's all the faces of all the people and where they live, and here's all the content they viewed, Rogerson said. That would be quite damaging. Yes, it would. For obvious reasons. Last Friday, San Francisco-based T dating service said in a statement that 72,000 images, including 13,000 selfies and photo IDs, were leaked online from T, an app designed for women to vet dates by sharing information about men. That's great. Rogerson says Canada has a mandatory breach notification laws, but some companies aren't sophisticated enough to even know when they're being breached. Yes, because these companies want all your data, all your information, then these governments make these unreasonable rules, and then who gets fucked? Who gets fucked? Consumers, citizens, average people, every time. Every fucking time. He says the UK's General Data Protection Regulation, while not perfect, offers strong privacy protections in some areas and stiff penalties for violations, but he worries Canada is lagging behind, as its proposed legislation aimed at modernizing online privacy laws has been stalled. We need the privacy laws in Canada to protect Canadians, because it's every day we're seeing companies get breached with hordes and hordes of privacy-related information, he said. The Online Harms Act was introduced in February 2024, but it didn't pass, and the federal government may rewrite or introduce the act. Justice Minister Sean Foster recently said the government plans to take a fresh look at the legislation over the summer, though it's unclear what changes are coming. A ministry spokesperson did not answer whether the age verification might be one of those changes, saying in an email Friday that the government cannot speculate on legislation or content at this time. Yeah, so clearly they're going to implement the age verification stuff. Again, you have to really be careful when you're looking at legislation and you're looking at it and you're thinking, whoa, they're going to put in some anti-privacy laws for me and help me out, or they're trying to protect kids. It always comes with a bunch of fucking bullshit behind it that now is going to make your life more inconvenient. Fuck that. Honestly, fuck that. It's a bunch of horse shit. Cliff Steinhauer, Director of Information Security and Engagement of National Cybersecurity Alliance, a nonprofit that promotes online safety, says age verification requirements present users with a tough choice when faced with insufficient or unclear privacy policies from apps and websites they use. It's like either do this and accept the policy, or don't do that and don't get access to the service, he said. As a user, I think you really have to ask yourself, am I comfortable with this? If this were to be breached, what would the impact be? What is the risk that I'm taking by putting this selfie into this app and this service? Is it worth the risk? Again, consumers will really have to consider this. I think this will hurt the economy. I think this is really poor legislation. I think that companies aren't well prepared for breaches. I think this is just shitty all the way around for you, the average consumer, and it's unacceptable bullshit. Steinhauer says privacy laws need to put safeguards around age verification systems, like guarantees of deleting the data as soon as the user's age is verified. That won't happen. By the way, I still don't even like verifying the age and then deleting it afterwards. I don't even like that. Several U.S. states have already implemented age verification laws. Last week, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld a Texas law requiring porn sites to verify the ages of all visitors after a judge previously struck it down as violation of free speech. It is a violation of free speech. It's 100% a violation of free speech. Parents should have parental controls on children's devices. Children should not have access to porn. Children should not be able to get on their phones. They shouldn't even really have phones to begin with. But stop ruining it for adults. Stop it. Australia has legislated a social media ban for all users under 16, which is slated to go in the coming months. And Quebec is considering following suit. So, has a 14 or 15-year-old currently in today's society, social media is huge for you. Right? You love social media. Now companies want to say no social media for under 16 at all. Which isn't, sounds great if you're like a conservative, if you're like somebody that thinks, well, kids shouldn't be on social media anyway. Guys, kids are all over social media. It's not necessarily harmful to their growth. All in moderation. All in moderation. Honestly. Again, if parents would actually step up and take responsibility and not ask the nanny state to do so, we wouldn't have these problems. The Canadian Centre for Child Protection has been lobbying the federal government to mandate online age verification. Jacques Martineau, the center's director for research and analytics, worries about children being harmed by explicit online material, pointing to 2022 Media Smart survey that found 3 in 10 Canadian youth, grades 7 to 11, had encountered explicit material inadvertently, with most saying they were between the ages of 9 and 13 when it first happened. They shouldn't even be online. And online age verification does nothing to fix that. You could type in Google, in the search engine, images, naked women, and if you don't have parental controls on to blur the images, it's going to pop up straight in Google. You fucking morons. Marco says while there is no perfect way to do it, verification is needed to require website operators to act more responsibly. Without that piece, he says other proposed online child protective measures could be hard to enforce. What a loser. I think this is maybe the first step in moving towards a better system where it can be refined over time, he said. As a tech-savvy parent himself, Murdo says that even with parental controls, it's impossible to monitor a child's online activity 24/7. You're damn right. It is impossible to monitor a child's online activity 24/7. But the answer, the solution is not, let's fuck over everybody. Let's fuck over all the adults. Let's force you to put your fucking ID into websites. I will not consent to any of this stupid shit. I just won't. I'll be going offline and off the grid if that's the case. The bottom line is that the current situation, which is that children of all ages are unfettered, no friction access to essentially the whole content of the internet, is a problem that we can't turn away from, he said. Fuck you! Fuck you! Don't fuck with my games, don't fuck with my porn, don't fuck with my movies. I'm a fucking adult, and I don't need to hand my fucking ID over to the government and companies where the data gets breached and my data gets sold. Fuck you! Fuck you and all your legislations. Look, the fact that this comes from Europe should be a good example of why this is dog shit legislation that should never, ever be adopted in the United States under any circumstance. Fuck that. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. I'll see y'all later.